What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to give my full review of the Nothing Phone 1 in 2020 in 2023. Sorry about that. Now, the Nothing 2 is currently out. That phone did get some nice upgrades from the Nothing 1. I decided to check out the Nothing 1 because I was always a little intrigued, and plus this phone was a lot cheaper than the Nothing 2. This phone I got it for like $350, so it's considerably less money than the Nothing 2. Now, should you consider picking up the Nothing 1? Well, that depends on you. I'm just going to give you my opinion of this device, and that's all it is, my opinion and my experience with this device. So some people, they take offense to when you criticize a device they really like, or you say something that is not 100% accurate to what they say and all this. I don't care about none of that. I'm going to give my opinion, and that's going to be it. What you do with it is up to you. It's just my opinion, and you could go with it how you please. So let's get started. And remember, this is just tech. I ain't talking about nobody's family, nobody's friends. It's just tech. So let's get started. Now, the first thing I want to talk about all the things that I like. Then I'll get into my dislikes, and then I will be done. The first thing I like about this device is the design. It's a very unique design. I decided to go with the black because I like the way the black looked better, and I figured the lights would look better when it illuminates. So I went with the black. So I like this. I've never had a transparent device before, so I really love this design. It's really, really nice. I know to some people it looks like an older iPhone, but of course it's not. Now, so the first thing I really like about this device, I really like the design. Number two, the build quality. You got Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and the back. I'm telling you, this thing, the build quality. Oh, sorry about that. I think that's the first time I ever dropped a phone. I'm not embarrassed. Look, I just stopped the video just to pick it up. There wasn't no need to keep the video going while I try to pick up the phone. But that's crazy that I dropped this phone. But it's all right. It's all good. So the build quality I like a lot. It reminds me a lot of the iPhones. The way, it's shaped with the, it's kind of, squared. And, it just feels really, really good. It's very comfortable. The corners are nice and rounded. It has a nice thickness to it. It's not that heavy. It's kind of light. The button placement, it's not my favorite. I mean, the power button is easily reachable, but the volume rocker is on the left. I prefer everything on the right because I'm right-handed. But I will say the design and the build quality on this device is excellent. You will definitely enjoy using this without a case if you're the type of person that don't like cases. You'll definitely love the way this feels in your hand. And fingerprints, not too much of an issue without a case, but you're definitely going to get fingerprints eventually, because it's glass, and, once it reflects light, you're going to see fingerprints. So I would definitely get a case. Now, I do have a case here that I'm going to put on here, and it'll keep me from dropping it. I don't want to drop it again. So I love the build quality of this phone a lot. It feels really, really great in the hands. Next, face unlock. Now the face unlock is not the best. As you can see, it sees me behind the camera, so it's not too bad. It's actually pretty good. Not the best, not the fastest, not the most accurate, but it does work. And unlike some other devices, that don't even have face unlock, at least this has it. So I do like the fact that it has face unlock, and it's pretty good. It's not the best though. Next, the in-display fingerprint sensor, which is way down here. I don't like the placement for this. It's just too low. It should be right here, but it's way down here. So I don't like the placement for it. It works okay. Not the best. It's not something I don't like. But, it could be a little bit better. But keep in mind, this is a mid-range device. So you can't expect but so much. But as you can see, it works pretty good. You just put your finger on it and lay it there for like a half a second, and it comes right on. So it's not bad at all. As you can see, it's not bad at all. All right, next thing, let's talk about this display. 6.55-inch 1080p AMOLED display with HDR10 Plus and 120 hertz refresh rate along with 1200 nits peak brightness. The display is beautiful, as you can see. It's really, really beautiful. No question about it. No issues with the display at all. Beautiful display. Next, the dual stereo speakers. Now, the speakers on here surprisingly sound really, really good as compared to my Unihertz, because that only has one speaker. And I'm going to be doing a comparison video with that device along with this device. But these dual stereo speakers are kind of impressive. Let me, I had something set up to play. I think I may have lost it. Wait a minute, that's the wrong thing. It's on YouTube. Okay, so I'm going to play this real quick. And y'all let me know what you think of these speakers. So these speakers are pretty impressive to me for a mid-range device. Now, they don't touch my Redmi Note 11 Pro. Those speakers will completely obliterate these. Seriously, I mean that phone has JBL dual stereo speakers, so these speakers can't compete with that device. But these dual stereo speakers are good because at least they're dual stereo. Like I don't. Every mid-range device, honestly, in my opinion, should have dual stereo speakers, and even budget phones. And the only reason why I'm saying that, like, they don't have to be the best sounding, but just let them be loud and just give us, you know, a way for the sound to come out two different places. I mean, it can't be that hard to have the sound come out the earpiece. I mean, seriously, they don't have to be the best, but at least put them on there. But anyway, these dual stereo speakers, I like them a lot. Even when I'm watching content. You can see how this content looks. That's all I can play for that because I don't want to get no copyrights. I just want you to see the quality, hear the speakers, so you know whether you're watching media, whether you're listening to music, the dual stereo speakers on this device sound really, really good. Now let's talk about performance. Now performance is actually surprisingly good too. And I thought that the performance was going to be, you know, kind of weak, but it's not. Everything starts up pretty quickly, pretty smoothly. I don't really have any issues with the performance of this device at all. You know, I like the nice smooth animations. I like how fast everything boots up. You know, some apps boots up faster than others. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with the device. It's just some apps are faster, some apps are a little slower. But when it comes to performance, no issues with performance. Everything runs very well. Scrolling speeds are really good. Remember, it has 120 hertz refresh rate. So no issues with performance. Performance on this device is really, really good. Now, let's talk about the battery life. Now, this comes with a 4,500 milliamp hour battery. Battery life on here has been impressive, honestly. I mean, I could easily get through a full day with moderate to heavy usage and still have like 40%, over 40% battery left at the end of an 18-hour day. So the battery life is pretty impressive. Now, everybody uses their phone differently. Some use it a lot heavier. Some people use it a lot lighter. If you're a light user, you probably could get maybe 2 days out of this, especially if you're not like me. You got the always on display on all the time. You got it at 100% brightness. You know, you're getting close to 1,000 notifications every day. If you're not using your phone like that, you could probably eke out 2 days, unless you're somebody that use the video, use your camera a lot, you video, you blog a lot. In that case, or you're a gamer, you're going to use a lot more battery. But if you're just like a light user, text message, surfing the net a little bit, play a video here and there, you could get out a day and a half, I say at best, and maybe 2. But I'm impressed with the battery life of this device. It's really, really good. No issue with the battery life. It's good. Now, next, the battery charging speeds. Now, it comes with 33 watt wired charging. It takes a little over an hour to charge, but it charges faster than my Note 20 Ultra. So kudos to the battery charging speeds that did 33 watts, and that's not bad. Next, wireless charging. You get 15 watts. Now, that's the same as my Note 20 Ultra. That's the same as the S23 Ultra, which is utterly ridiculous for the Note 20 Ultra to have 15 watt wireless charge. Seriously, that's a $1,200 device. This device was actually $400 when it first came out, and it has the same wattage of wireless charging that a premium device has. Now, that's not right. Honestly, that's not right at all. Now, keep in mind, this is what's cool about this device too. This mid-range device not only comes with wireless charging, because some don't, this comes with also reverse wireless charging at 5 watts. Actually, 0.5 watts more than the Note 20 Ultra and the S23 Ultra, which is 4.5. Now, how in the world does a mid-ranger have faster reverse wireless charging than a premium device? That should not happen. It should not happen at all. Next, I love the fact that this company came out last year. They're going to support their devices for 3 years. Now, I know Apple got the best with 5, Samsung 4 now, Google 4 years. But still, 3 years for a startup company, they could have easily just went 1 year, or they could have went 2 years. But 3 years of software updates and 4 years of security patches. That's impressive. I like that. And of course, next, but certainly not least, the cameras. Okay, now I gave you the specs on the camera when I did my first impressions. So I'll just let you guys look at the photos and the videos, and y'all determine for yourself what you think of the cameras. But I'll tell you really quick. The camera quality is decent. It's not great. Of course, it's not a premium device, so I didn't expect the best, but they're not bad. Now, the night photos is trash. I'm sorry, because it don't even have a night mode. Night photos is bad on this device. Sorry, but it just is. But y'all check out these photos and videos. Y'all let me know down in the comment section. What do you think? All right, now it's time to get into the things that I don't like. Now, some people, when it comes to this kind of stuff, they don't want to hear it. They turn the video off. They don't want to hear nothing negative about the phone. So be it. If you want to stop, excuse me, at this point, you don't want to listen to no more, then that's your prerogative. But I like to be honest and upfront with people when I talk about these devices. Every device is not going to have just good points. They're going to have bad points too. There's no perfect device. So there's always going to be things about a device that you're not going to like. You know, regardless to whether you say this device is just perfect for me, there's going to be something about that device that you don't like. So let me get right to it. First thing I don't like about this device is the presentation. The presentation is absolute, excuse me, trash. Why? No charging brick in the box. No case in the box. No headphones in the box. I don't like that. I don't. I'm just like Flossie Carter. He's the same way. He feels very strongly when it comes to presentation. I do as well. It matters. You know, everybody ain't walking around with extra chargers at home. Some people don't have the money to get a case or headphones. The phone is all they could afford. And this is something that was standard when you got a phone back in the day. Even budget phones, this was standard stuff you got in the box. This is what made an unboxing experience so special. And now the only thing they care about is getting more and more money out of you, but giving you less and less product. I don't like that at all. So no charging brick, no case, no headphones. What do I care about a charging cable when I don't have a charging brick? You could just keep that. That's just the way I feel. Next, no expandable storage. Now, I still don't like that a lot of these companies have gotten rid of expandable storage. I don't like it at all because it's not that hard. If you can make dual SIM slots, you can make one for you to be able to have expandable storage. I don't like that all of these companies have eliminated that. And I believe it's all about money, and it's not right. I don't like that at all. Next, no headphone jack. Something else they've gotten rid of, which was completely unnecessary. I still like the sound of wired headphones. Next, no night mode on the camera. Now, that kind of surprised me. I was expecting to see a night mode on the camera, but when I went into the camera software, there's no night mode. So no wonder the pictures came out so bad. Next, the positioning of the front-facing camera. I'm just not a big fan of it being up here in the corner. I prefer it in the middle. That's just what I prefer. Some people like it over to the side. I don't. Next, the always-on display, even though it's cool, it's nice that it has one, but it's not customizable. I mean, this is just the way it looks all the time. You can't change anything about it. So I don't like that. Next, the name of the device, nothing. Like, I just really think that's a stupid name for a phone. Honestly, the nothing phone. It don't make any sense. It's like Flossie Carter was saying. He said, why not call it the glyph 1? Like, that sounds a lot better because, you know, these lights are what's, you know, the biggest attraction of this phone. That's what this phone is all about. So why not call it the glyph 1 and then the glyph 2? But the nothing phone, it just doesn't make any sense. Next, lack of features. This phone really don't have any features. It's basically somewhat close to bone stock Android where you don't get nothing. Honestly, and I'm just the kind of person, I'm just a person that like features on the phone. Give me something. Not just lights. I mean, give me something more than just that. But that's just me. Number 9, the glyph interface. Now, you may say why I got a problem with it. Well, look, there's nothing happening. Now, let me just show you just real quick. Okay, this is my Unihertz Luna. As soon as I pick it up, this is what you see. Because I can make it do that just with a setting. You see how big and how bright this is? I pick this up, there ain't nothing happening. Okay? As soon as I pick this up, those lights turn on. And I turn it around. I pick this up, ain't nothing happening. Nothing. You know, I just don't like that. See? I like that. Look how big and bright that is. Just is nothing happening. Like, let's get into the interface just real quick. So you go in here. This is supposed to be the biggest thing about this phone. Now, somebody put in my comment section that, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, 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 blah. I know what I'm talking about. Okay, when it comes to certain things, I got my update. You know, you could use ringtones. You could change the ringtones and all that. You could assign a glyph thing to a contact. Okay, that's cool. I mean, that's not a big deal. Notifications. The thing about the notifications is that every time I get a notification, the glyph lights don't even come on. They don't even come on. And I got all of these turned on for where every time I get a notification from these, that's when the glyph light's supposed to work. They don't. And these are the apps I get notifications from all the time. I'll turn over the phone and I'll be like, wow, I got notifications. The lights didn't go off. Didn't make a sound, nothing. You see here, I got it turned on right here. I got it turned on. Nothing's happening. The light just can't stay on. I could set this up where these lights flash all the time. All the time. You can't do that with this. Okay, you got the flip the glyph, silence, you know, if you just want to be silent, you know, quiet, but you want the lights, but you don't want it to be making noise. All right, that's cool. You can compose. I already did that. But, I mean, when it rings, you get a certain ringtone, which is cool. I mean, that's okay, but that's not a big deal. Like, I just want to see the lights all the time, like if I choose to. I just want to see this whole thing lit up. I want to see different colors, just like you saw with this. You get different colors. Look at that. On this, you only get white. That's it. You're not getting different colors like this. This is just a lot more fun. Honestly. It just is. This is going to be more noticeable than this. People are going to notice this. Even when you're watching videos, if you're listening to music, these lights are going off. Somebody said you got to have a workaround just to get this to work with music. Like, why do I need a workaround? Why can't it just be in the settings? There's nothing in the settings for having these lights on all the time, for playing music, and for video. And the thing that's cool about this one, also, listen, this thing is going to change colors depending on my wallpaper. See how I got all that pink? See that color? That's because of the wallpaper. Whatever main color the wallpaper is, these lights are going to adjust and become that color. Okay? See, now you got green and you got blue. Now you see the blue. And you see how much bigger and how bright they are? Super bright. And I could have this going off all the time if I want. You know, if I go in here and I go to LED lights, I got always on. I can have them on all the time. I got different patterns. I got 6 different patterns. I can also do random. That's what I'm doing random right now. You got the ambient light, which is what I'm using. You got the charger reminder. I could just have these lights going off all the time. Music visualization, notifications, and when I'm playing videos. These lights will be going off constantly. And I like that. That's fun. For this to be the main thing, and you don't have all of those different options, like, what's the point? What is the point? So the glyph things is just overrated for me. It's overrated. All right. Now, also with the glyph, the lights are not on consistent or don't come on consistently when receiving notifications. The light don't have the option of staying on, which I just talked about. You know, no different colors on the lights, and they don't work when playing music or video. So it's just, I don't know. And for this to be the main thing, it should be a lot better. Maybe it's better on the Nothing 2, where I know the flashlight lights up all of these, you know, and it just stays lit. But it would have just been better if they added some color, made the lights even bigger. I mean, just something different. Like, this is just the way they got the lights configured on the Unihertz Luna is better than the Nothing Phone 1, in my opinion. It's just better. And also, keep in mind, this looks like an iPhone. And I always like the look of the iPhone, and it has the build of the iPhone. Now, this phone is super heavy, though. I mean, it's crazy heavy compared to this. And it's just a bigger device. But you see, every time I pick it up, them lights are going off. This should have that ability to do that, too. You pick it up, and those LEDs start going off. I don't understand that. Look at that. As soon as you pick this up, people are going to notice that. This is going to draw people's attention. You pick this up, ain't nothing happening. Nothing. So if I had my choice now, this does have some advantages over this. And I'll get into that when I do my comparison video. This does have some things that are better than this. But when it comes to just the lights, they were implemented better to me on the Unihertz Luna than that of the Nothing Phone 1. So basically, that's my full review of this device. I'm not going to say I don't recommend it. I do recommend it if you really like the design, you know, you like the size of it, you like the speakers, you like the display, you like the performance, you like the fact that you're going to get 3 years of software updates, 4 years security updates. If you like all of that, you should definitely consider this phone. Now, the cameras, like I said, to me, they're decent. They're okay. If you're not heavily into the camera, then you'll be fine with these. Just don't take no night photos. But I will say about the video quality of this phone is pretty impressive to me, honestly. I mean, really clear, sharp, and very smooth. I was definitely impressed with the video quality of this device. Okay, so I'm not going to say I don't recommend it. I do recommend it, this phone, but for me, it's just not for me. I would rather have the Unihertz Luna when it comes to the lights. Now, when it comes to other things with this, I would take the Nothing Phone. But when it comes to just the phone is just supposed to be mainly about the LEDs, the Unihertz does it better. But like I said, I'll be doing a comparison with these two very shortly. So thank you all for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. Hope everybody out there is staying safe, staying well, and I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.